Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog, Discord server, MeWe group, Facebook group, Instagram thingy, that Twittering thing. Um, so this is the first night I really haven't stopped in to the Tavern after hours. Although I'm looking and I'm like, Pad Mike is in right now. Maybe I have to drop him when I'm done recording this. But yeah, it's a great place to hang out and talk to people. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Tank Cars Tavern Discord server. We are doing the live hangout tavern chat. It's not recorded, unless I record a bit of a sample for here, but I won't be. And it's just a great hangout. And I think we all need to socialize. And if we can't do it in person, if we have to keep that, what do you call it, social distance, I think it's a great thing. What else? I am feeling moderately better. I don't want to jinx myself. I woke up this morning, I didn't feel great, and then I took a nap this afternoon. I feel good, gooderish. So, crossing fingers and that shit. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, first we have a voicemail. So, we're going to go to the voicemail. And it follows up on, I guess, yesterday's post where I talked a little bit about pandemics. And then I've got some free shit for you all. Because you know what? A lot of us have a lot more spare time than we're used to right now. And what's better than free games and stuff or activities? So I will share that in a moment. Well, in 2 minutes. Who's counting?
Hey, Eric, this is Tim. You were saying in yesterday's podcast about pandemics and having them in your game. I actually based an entire campaign on at least the initial premise of a pandemic that was certainly perceived as a pandemic to the citizens of the town in Helmgart, which is in the Warhammer Fantasy campaign setting. And I based some, if not many, of the vignettes that the players experienced in that game on a book written in the 17th century called A Journal of a Plague Year. It's by Daniel Defoe. It's available for free on the Gutenberg Project, PDF, ebook, any number of ways if you want to download it and take a look at it. Absolutely, truly a fascinating novelization of somebody's experiences in London during the Black Plague. I find it tangentially fascinating as to how everybody is sort of reacting to the Wuhan virus, the coronavirus, in context of having read that book. I think that we don't read enough as gamers, and having read that book, I think there's just so much rich history if you go back just a few centuries to kind of see. Actually, is that centuries? That's actually, yeah, that's centuries. I was going to say millennium. Yeah, it's just a fascinating read. Highly recommend it. I will say a little bit tough to get through. Its vernacular is 17th century, but it's a great read. I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. Yep, that's all I got to say. Pandemics. Yep. Let's get through this together.
Tim, I can pretty much guarantee you I'm not reading anything from the 1700s. Hate to say it like that. It sounds good, though. It sounds interesting. And yes, I guess I can see running a campaign in Warhammer Fantasy, the good old Games Workshop, or I guess Green Ronin versions 1 or 2, right? I can see that. I can see that back then. It would fit into the whole Death in a Reich, Skaven chaos shit. So, yeah, because it's kind of like chaos. But, talking about our current pandemic, there are a number of companies, people, etc., that are offering free stuff. Some of it they're offering just because of what's going on, and others are just the timing. And I'm going to highlight a handful of free offerings that are out there right now. And I'm going to include links, but I'm sure like a Google search will get you there. But I'm going to include links in the show notes, and I'll probably do a blog post on this tomorrow. First off, if you want to occupy the children, all right, not young children. I'm probably talking at least like tweens. Chaosium has released the Chaosium coloring book in PDF, and it's free to download. So if you want your kids coloring the dark ones, or you yourself wish to, it's actually not a bit. It's pretty good. It's good occupation. Get out those colored pencils, and you'll be good to go. Fantasy Age Basic Rulebook, $0. This is, this is what the Dragon Age RPG I think kicked us off. This is what they've been using for Will Wheaton's Titan's Grave. Normally it's $16 in PDF. Gratis. Free. All right. Tiny Supers. For a Tiny D6 system. If you've yet to try the Tiny D6 system and you want to look at it for free, this is a great chance. So Tiny Supers is free. Now, by the way, I'm only dealing with actual, like, standalone products here. Not really dealing with anything that's going to be, I need to buy rules or anything like that. This is all standalone. Michael T. Dessing's Army Ants Twilight, issue number 1. It's a bit of a comic. It's a bit of an old school RPG. An Army Ants are ants. Listen, Michael's been doing this stuff off and on for years. He's talented. He's skilled. And it's pay what you want. So why not? Do it. You want to. And I just noticed this. I was surprised. This was not something that anybody told me about. But the Fantasy Trip Melee is right now. Get it free on DriveThruRPG. A classic game of fantasy combat. Create characters in just a few minutes and then send them into the arena. Winners become stronger and faster for the next battle, and losers die. Each counter in this fast-moving game is a single warrior. Players choose weapons and tactics for their fighters and send them into combat against men, beasts, or monsters to victory or death. This is the basic combat system for the Fantasy Trip. For the basic magic system, pick up Wizard. I don't believe Wizard is free, but I will check for thee. No, Wizard is still $7.50, but you can grab this for $0. Not bad deals, folks. Not bad. So if you want to pick it up, these items are there for you, folks. I guess I should make this my mantra for now, right? If you leave the house, you come home, wash your hands. What is it saying? 20 seconds? I haven't left the house. I guess in the last 3.5 weeks, I've left the house twice. Once to go to my doctor. Second time last Tuesday to go to my doctor, and then be driven to the fucking hospital ER from there. So I've been out of the house twice. I haven't been washing my hands more than normal because I haven't been going out. My family's been staying in. But in today's environment, the best thing to do, besides keeping that social distance, which is why we have things like Tavern After Dark open on the Discord server, is wash your fucking hands. Folks, God bless. And I, God willing, shall talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.